Once more. With feeling.
All right.
That's so cool.
We are officially rolling.
Yeah.
I'm definitely working out the kinks in some of this stuff, but yeah, like this cable's whack, but I don't care.
Whatever.
Oh,
For
man.
real, your little theme song, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I was really hoping you weren't going to say what I actually did think of when I was using it, because that would have been bad. No, I can't tell you, because if I do, then I don't know. Some guy somewhere eventually is going to copyright strike me.
Oh.
Even though I didn't use anything, you know? Like, I didn't use anything that would be bad.
But it's derivative.
It was just like, you know how like when you have something in your head when you're thinking of making something else?
Uh-huh.
And so it's like, yeah. And you think you're
You're
super original, and
you're
then
a
later you're
copycat?
like, yeah. Basically,
Got
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, but for real, it makes me think of Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
The part where you go,
Bill
once
Nye.
more, with feeling. It makes
Oh.
me think of science rules.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
I'm into it.
Yeah, no, I like it. It was fun. I just sat down and I was super sick that day, actually, when I made it. And literally, the project file that it's called is called Rene Got Sick.
Oh.
Because Bella saved it for me.
Mm.
Because I was so sick. Like, I was making it, and I was like, oh, petering out. And then it was like, I talked about this before. It was literally like I was a robot, and somebody pulled the batteries out, and I was slowly just dwindling.
Why didn't you change the name of the file? That's my question.
I could change it later, but sometimes, like, with those audio files and stuff, dude, it gets like it can't find the reference file if you rename something. And if you rename it right, which I know how to do, it's usually fine. But like 1 out of 10 times it screws it up. And with something like this, I was like, I just don't want to. I don't care. I'll remember it's Rene Got Sick. Later, I won't.
Renee's sick beats.
Exactly. Rene got ill as
Get out
Yeah,
of here.
dude.
Anyway, I'm just glad to be here. This is awesome.
Me too.
I've always
This is
wanted to
fun.
be on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Joe Rogan experience. Nah,
But
that's
this is pretty close.
yeah, man.
It's super profesh, too.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm still working on a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna have like a backdrop here eventually, like some sort of shelves and stuff. Nothing crazy, but just like shelves with some decorations and stuff. But you know, working on it.
Cool.
It's fun though. I'm just glad to have a space outside of like the other 4 walls. It's nice working. Like you said, there are perks from working at home, but then there's also other things where you're just like, dude, no, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you moved out just in time for the apocalypse.
I know. That's the other crazy thing too. Is like it was so funny because I wasn't sure whether they're gonna let us into the building or not, and like.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I was like, the thing is, and I actually talked about this, I posted about it. I was like, I can pretty much do everything that I do while isolating myself from anybody who, whatever, like, including this, like, I see you on a regular basis, each other, like my brother, and like, basically, the only people I see are like 5 people, you know, and I've been sheltering in place and whatever. And then when I come here, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm alone. But then I was just like, literally, I moved it out, and they were like, "Oh, you have to stay home forever now." I'm like, "Great." So now I just won't work at all. Which, in fairness, is how most of the country feels right now. But you know, it's whatever. I was bummed because it was like the day after. I would literally thought to myself, I was like, I feel like I could finally work here now. Everything's set up, and they're like, "Oh, you'll die if you leave."
Yeah. Well.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wild out there right now, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's crazy, but I feel like honestly though, like if you're doing the right things, you'll you know, it is. I heard some guy today basically talking about. He was like, just keep your mindset. Like, don't. Like, you can't control certain parts of this. You know what I mean? Like, you can't
Most
control.
parts, probably.
Yeah. So it's like, just, you know, do what you can. Wash your hands. Don't touch people, like, if you don't have to. Stay 6 feet apart from people that you don't have regular contact with. You know, like, shelter in place where you can, you know, like, that kind of thing. It's like, then the rest of it, it's like, you know, you did what you could. And, like, you know, focus on the things you can do.
Yeah.
Buying 4,000 rolls of toilet paper doesn't help anybody.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've heard
Because like
it's
everybody's
the cure.
doing it. I think it's a good idea. Honestly, I think it might be a good idea. Okay, so I
Yeah.
can't tell you too much of details, right? Because of how I work and where I work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you about the craziest customer in my life. Is this a PG-13 stream?
Yeah, you can curse if you want to.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so
You only get one though, because it's PG.
fuck.
You already used it.
Shit.
No, dude, I don't care. I don't
okay,
care. It's
fucking
fine.
awesome. Okay, because anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna tell you any details
It's all good.
about where I work, but I had a customer come in the other day, this last Saturday. This customer is quite possibly, maybe even probably, the craziest person I have ever met in my life.
Nice.
The first time I met him,
Mm-hmm.
in so many words, he told me that if I kept talking shit about him, I would
guy.
get cancer.
Yes.
Because he's homies with Jesus.
Dude, that's
And
wild.
he would just make that happen.
I'm homies with Jesus too. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Well,
It's all
you
good.
know, same, bro. Like,
Yeah, I know that guy too, man. I don't
pretty
think you'd like
sure
that.
I'm not gonna get cancer because I'm talking shit about this absolute lunatic madman.
Yeah.
Anyway, he came in last Saturday
Mm-hmm.
and he told us this really long story about how 6 months ago he was at the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
buying toilet paper, not in huge amounts, but just buying it, and he realized the rolls are smaller than they used to be. And so he talked to the store manager, and he was like,
Of course he did.
why
dude.
are the rolls smaller than they used to be?
'Cause he
And the
knows
store
what Charmin's
manager was
doing.
like, what? They're not. Are they? Huh? Basically the same reaction we had to this story.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out, according to this customer, that basically, and I quote, the coronavirus is a sham being
Yes.
perpetrated by the U.S. government and the toilet paper companies
Oh,
in order to make money.
Makes way more sense.
So really, the best advice is
Ah.
buy toilet paper, buy stocks in toilet paper companies,
Mm-hmm.
and just live your life like normal. Nobody's really sick. You're going to be okay. Just
You're
go.
gonna be fine. Stop
Just
being-
go out and, buy some toilet
Basically,
paper. and you'll be fine.
his stop being a wuss is basically what.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Great.
No,
Killer.
it's possibly the most
Awesome.
deranged person I have ever met in my life. And the worst part is, he said it with a smile. He honestly believes it, and he's really nice. It's just kind of terrifying that he exists.
It's so crazy because it's like some people really believe that stuff though, dude.
He does. I can't
Yeah.
possibly.
Dude.
Like, he's so crazy. He just looked me in the eye and told me that the toilet paper companies invented the coronavirus to sell toilet
Dude.
paper.
And it's crazy because it's like there was this, like, I read this thing online and somebody was like, they said the coronavirus is just an excuse for the government to keep us indoors while they change the batteries in the birds.
That was funny. That's a meme.
It's funny.
I've seen
That's
that.
crazy, dude.
It's hilarious.
No, I know, but like
But
some
nobody
people
believes
think
that.
You don't think some people think that?
No.
Some people, dude, I don't know. Man.
Maybe, whatever. I
Maybe.
didn't think people thought that the disease was invented by the toilet paper companies until this Saturday
Dude.
when that customer told me that. So, honestly, at this point,
Charmin's shady, dude.
I am unwilling to say I don't believe that people think that. Actually, yeah, like
Yeah, I don't
because I have met people that are too crazy for real life. So, like, it just
for real.
doesn't
It's true, though.
make any fucking sense.
Some people walk
So-
around and you're like, dude, how do you function? Like, what do you do?
Dude, this guy is such a lunatic.
Yeah. There's
And
some people I
everybody
can't
is.
imagine
It's just-
outside of the situation that I know them in. Know what I mean? Like, you probably, like, did you think when you met that guy, like there's certain people that I've met where I'm like, what do you do on a daily basis? Because when I see you here, you're too crazy to function for this. So, like, when you leave here, what do you do?
Yeah, well, and like, it's so weird when you think about people like that, right? You're like the keep talking shit and I'll give you cancer with my magic powers guy. And you think about him like
So
on a
crazy.
date with his girlfriend. Like, is he just
There's no
are
way
they?
he has a girlfriend.
Is she just like totally he does? Well, he says he does. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
It's like-
it's full of shit.
Is she just like totally unaware that he's crazy, or she
Yeah.
also crazy? Is she into it?
Or maybe
she
she's
likes
just like
crazy
can't leave
people?
because she's worried that she'll get cancer.
Fucking true, right?
That he'll just voodoo her.
Yeah,
Like,
bummer.
some crazy
Good
stuff,
fucking
dude.
lord. It's just like I can't even imagine these people. Like I don't know.
I know, man.
Anyway,
That dude doesn't have a girlfriend though. People like that, they lie. They say that they have. They're, because that's crazy. Like nobody wants to be around that. Like who wants to be around the dude that might give? I don't know. He's radioactive, I guess.
Well, I don't know. If
He's
people
like Mr.,
if people that crazy exist, then I think that it's virtually guaranteed that there are people stupid enough to not pick up on that kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
are people like socially unaware enough to like be in a situation with the person and just think that they're a normal person.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing too is like I feel like a lot of stuff too, like when everyone says like, oh, it's like, it's, whatever, coronavirus is like some sort of like weapons attack gone wrong or something like that. Like somebody said this a while back, and ever since then I've been living by it, like almost like unanimously with people and with things like this, where it's just like where you could assume malice, assume ignorance first, and then like see, you know what I mean? Unless you have like hard evidence that it's for sure for whatever reason is what it is. But it's like usually it's just an idiot. Like,
yeah.
Like before you think like, oh,
Yeah, it's a pretty common train of thought, I think.
Yeah, dude.
If you assume people are out to get you, that's how you turn into that crazy guy.
Yeah.
Right? You assume everyone's like not just an idiot and they're actually evil, like money grubbing toilet paper company executives. Like
yeah, dude.
That's how you turn into that crazy guy.
Dude, the Charmin Bears are coming for you, man. The Charmin Bears, dude.
No, thank you. Hard
Charmin Bears. You imagine just the Charmin Bear just dressed up as the Monopoly man, like just like friggin'.
No, I imagine the Charmin Bear dressed up like the Prime Minister of China.
Just like
standing
Mao.
behind the podium. Well, Mao's dead. The new one. I can't pronounce his name. The one that looks like Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know the difference between them. I really don't. I don't follow like politics like that. I should really. I don't know.
I just know that he banned Winnie the Pooh in China because somebody made a photoshopped like meme of him with Winnie the Pooh ears.
Dude.
And it's really fucking funny. Yeah, he was like, that's not funny. Get that shit out of my country. And he banned it. So Winnie the Pooh is no longer allowed in China.
Dude, when people think that like we have it bad with like what you can and can't say or different things like that, like I look at that and I'm like,
there's nothing we can't say.
No, exactly. But that's what I'm saying is like people don't realize how big a deal that is, that we can say whatever we want whenever we want. Oh my gosh, that's a big deal.
Like Donald Trump looks like a Cheeto.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, and we don't have to, like, we could say that, record it, put it on the internet for anyone to see.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not worried about getting shot tomorrow. Like, that's crazy. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So wild. Yeah, I forgot. I was telling Bella the other day, I was like, yo, like, we have a Cheeto for a president and, like, and a beer for a virus. It was like, it's like a snack attack.
Boo.
Dude, it was
Get
wild.
off the stage. That was weak.
I know, dude. I don't know. It's crazy, though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a mad world. Things are going wild. We have it better than most people, but I think the governor of California said they're estimating like 56% of California is going to get infected at some point.
That's wild. I feel like, but that's the whole point, right? Like, you're just supposed to slow the curve. So you're supposed to make it so, like, not too many people get infected at one time.
I guess. Yeah,
but
I
like,
don't really know.
It's not.
I mean, I've also heard that there's a fair chance that especially people our age don't show symptoms. So you just get it and you're spreading it, but you're not going to ever get sick. So you'll never get treated because you're not going to go to the doctor unless you're sick.
Right.
So.
Well, and that's the thing.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know because, like, I don't want to pass it. That's the thing is, like, I've been feeling fine and on it at, as it says, like, young persons, whatever. It's like, I don't. So, like, but I've been hyper conscious about, like, trying not to touch too many things if I can, and like because that's it's somebody's grandma, somebody's whatever,
Yeah, it's wild.
So
it's kind of scary.
Conscious. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Anyway, dude, on to other things. So
like, let's talk about something less depressing.
Yeah, no, I know, but I feel like every single time I record now or do anything, you have to address it because it's like this thing in the room is just like it's going on, and
it's in the room. I gotta go.
Oh, it's for sure.
I gotta go,
dude. Yeah,
get out of here. Okay, just kidding.
And by that I mean it's Corona. I just pull out a beer, Corona beer.
Bro, stop making the light beer jokes. It's lame,
dude.
I want the Heineken virus.
Every single, of course you do, you little German boy.
It's Belgian beer.
Belgian, whatever.
You're a nerd.
Man. Did you guys conquer Belgium? Is that what it is?
No.
I don't know.
I wasn't born when that happened.
That's true.
And also, Poland was first. Belgium came later.
And also, it was Poland. It was definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Belgium was later.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. You just have to address it though, because otherwise it feels weird. And then once you address it, you can move on. But like everybody, like anybody you see, it's like, oh, how you doing?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Every video on the internet has like a blurb about it.
Yeah. Oh, but dude, I saw this thing, and so I talked about it in the last podcast. But it got deleted, which is terrible. So I wanted to say that too. I literally did an hour by myself in this room. I was so pissed.
No.
Literally, I was here for.
Was it you just didn't push the button? Was that what?
No. I hit the button, but the app that I used to record this, like, it was glitchy, and then it needed a firmware thing. Hey guys, so as you're about to notice right now, ironically, as I was talking about the camera taking a crap, it took a crap on me, and. So basically, you're going to see like a frame by frame thing where it does this really weird like stop motion thing for a minute. And then I don't really know. But the audio is still good. So if you want to listen to the podcast, you can keep listening to the podcast. As far as visually, I have some photos and stuff that come up at some point to make up for the fact that we're not really moving anymore. But sorry, things in the studio are still kind of like in flux. And I'm getting a couple new pieces of equipment, including what you're watching right now, because I was filming on my phone before, and now I am filming on a camera. So hopefully that solves a lot of my problems. But yeah, future Rene coming to you here, letting you know that hopefully this isn't a problem in the future. And thank you for sticking with me. By the next podcast, we will have things sorted out. That's why I fixed it. But it was like, oh my goodness. And then everything got deleted. I was like, screw it, I'll just post the audio. But then somehow, like, I've been recording audio for, like, probably, like, 10, 15 years now. And, like, I'm almost never lost a recording. I lost that recording.
Oh, no, it's just gone?
Yeah, so I have none of it. Like, I have an hour's worth of it. I was so annoyed that day.
Oh, no.
I went home. I literally just called it after that.
Yeah, that's a wrap on the day. That's a freaking bummer.
And we're done.
Yeah.
And it was just, oh, man.
God, what a nightmare.
Oh yeah. Anyways, all that is to say, I lost the last recording, but I talked about I caught this picture. I'll probably try and throw it up right here, like in the video edit later. But dude, I caught this picture of Post Malone the other day, and it was literally him. And like, I don't know, how do you feel about Post Malone?
I feel like he already looks like a Mad Max character, so
Yep.
He's prepped for the apocalypse.
Yeah, he's
like,
already there.
You know, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see him like coming out of a Rubio's, like eating a part of a human. You know, like a leg, like just like get away from me. Like I don't know. I don't fucking care about his music at all. But whatever. Yeah, like I think he's better equipped than most of us.
For sure. Like he already looks hard.
World. Yeah.
Right?
Well, like hard, I guess. He looks like freaky.
Yeah. He already looks scary, I feel like would be the appropriate on some level, right?
If he wasn't so stoned all the time, he might look scary.
wasn't a stony boy.
Like if he was actually had enough control of his facial muscles to make like a mean ass face, like yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But he just looks like sleepy stoned all the time, so
sleepy
not
boy.
Really.
Dude, I know.
What? So you found a picture of him?
Oh
somewhere?
yeah, I saw this picture of him, and it was about because it has to do with him like looking hard or whatever, with all his tattoos and stuff.
Okay.
And it was so funny because it was like him, and I'm gonna find it. And I'll throw it up here, but it's a picture of him, and then sitting next to two other guys. I don't even know who these two other guys are. I think they're rappers. I don't know, but it's him, and it's him in shorts. And the funniest part about that is like he's famous for having all these like face tattoos, like he's got like stay awake under his eyes, all this gnarly stuff on his face. And it's a picture of him like cross-legged like this, in shorts, and his legs bare. Like he's got like 2 tattoos on his legs. And I sat there and I was like, and I just was thinking, I'm like, dude, what kind of person goes straight for the face? Like straight, like he had most people go to the face when they run out of real estate, and he went straight for it.
I don't know. I think most people go to the face when you just gotta be a fucking lunatic to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Which is whatever. He's in a creative field, so I guess I kind of get it, right? Like he's making music.
He can still find work even though he's got a fucking tattoo on his
Yeah,
face.
like Travis Barker, like similar thing where he's a drummer for a rock band. He's never like that's his thing now.
Yeah.
He's never gonna have to worry about work. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
He actually says at one point he's like I got my first neck tattoo when I was coming up in like a band, and he's like I did it because I wanted to know that the only type of work I'm gonna be able to get is this type of work.
What an idiot.
Yeah, it was crazy, but like there's a reason for it, right? Like
Yeah, but like for every one person like him that threw everything to the wind and made it, there's 10 people who lost everything trying it.
Yeah.
And if you have a neck tattoo on top of that, you don't even have anything to fall back on.
You have no options, man.
You work at the gas station now because you can't work at Office Depot. Like you've got a neck tattoo. What an idiot.
I don't know, man.
Oh my god. I mean, it's
I
cool.
thought it was cool. Like it was like
it.
balls, but it also like no, I get it though. I for sure get it, but it was just like, dude. But the crazy thing is again, like when you look at Travis, he's got more face tattoos and he's got stuff like all over his head and stuff. But it's because he ran out of room, dude. Like you look at his body, he's covered. He's getting tattoos on his tattoos because he's run out of room.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Dude.
If you're already at the point where you can be sure you're gonna tattoo your face.
Yeah,
but.
yeah. But it was just so funny because I sat there and I was thinking, and I was like, you literally went. You know what? Let's go straight for. Let's just go right.
It
for
just
the face.
confirms that he's a lunatic.
Yeah, dude.
He's a Mad Max character.
Yeah.
Also, like, to give him credit, though, I feel like it doesn't really matter how tattooed or cool you are. Like, it's kind of hard to make shorts look badass.
Yeah, it's so true. That's so true.
Shorts are comfy.
Definitely like cargo
shorts are comfy, but, like...
Yeah.
In shorts, like, I don't care how fucking cool your legs are. You're going to look kind of like a tennis dad. You know,
tennis dad. Yes, tennis dad. Post Malone.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. Can you imagine Post Malone like at like 60? Like,
oh god, no.
There's certain people I can't imagine.
He already
old.
looks like a meth addict.
Yeah, like I can't imagine certain people old, dude.
No. I think tattooed old people can look cool, but like he already doesn't look cool. He's got like a baby face. He's got kind of like a round,
tall.
like boyish face. And when he's old, it's going to be saggy.
Yeah.
And all those tattoos are going to, I don't know. This doesn't matter at all. Like, I really don't care what he looks like when he's old.
Yeah.
But I'm going to Google it in like 20 years.
We should do the face app thing on him, like make him old.
Oh.
Have you ever done that for yourself?
No.
I've never done that. I don't like it.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want I don't want to know.
Well, also, it's just making it up.
Yeah, it's
might not look
doesn't
like
know.
that, you know?
Let's just say that. Let's just say it doesn't know.
You could get in a horrible accident and lose your entire lower half of your face, and you'll look very different than the face app thing. You know?
It's true.
You could just have, like, no jaw. Your little tongue hanging out.
Oh, man. That's some, like, Jeepers Creepers type
Yeah,
thing,
sorry.
man.
I don't know why I said that.
No, it's all good, dude.
I'm into weird
I
shit.
like the Halloween stuff. You know I like it. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about how last time, like, I don't like the, you like this stuff, though, like, but I don't like body horror stuff. I was talking about Ripley's Believe It or Not, and how, like, I feel like at a point they just turned a corner and they just became, like, weird body horror stuff.
I guess it depends on what you mean by body horror. I haven't watched Ripley's Believe It or Not in, like, 20
it's not
years.
even, like, a show anymore. I don't even know. Maybe it is a show.
I don't think it's on anymore. It was on in, like, the 90s.
Yeah, but, like, I used to love those
reruns
books.
of it.
Yeah. Where they had like the Guinness World Record thing. Well, I guess it was a different, huh?
Yeah. Well, I think Ripley's Believe It or Not had books too, but I don't remember reading them.
Yeah, I had those books, but like most of them were just like guys with like 40,000 piercings.
Yeah, like weird, like where they bisect their tongue or whatever, and like weird shit like that.
Yeah.
If I was sure it wouldn't get infected, I'd actually want to try that.
Really?
It sounds kind of cool. Like, I don't know.
Well, you say try it. Like, there's no going back, dude.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's true.
You can sew your tongue back together?
I think so, if you do it early enough.
Whoa.
Because they can do that anyway. It's like oral. They have like special oral stitching that basically just dissolves.
Yeah.
And like if you were to have an accident where you're like to like bite part of your tongue almost all the way off, that's how they would fix it.
That's crazy.
Because they can do that. I've heard about people doing that. There was like a guy in high school. Remember when we went to that wrestling camp?
Yeah.
That guy gave his like little talk or whatever. I don't know if you remember. He was like a famous like state level wrestler or something. He was in his 50s.
Yeah.
He said he bit his tongue almost completely off when he was a kid.
Dude.
Because like in a wrestling accident, right? Like he accidentally stuck his tongue out. He wasn't wearing a mouthpiece and somebody kneed him in the chin. And he bit his fucking tongue off. And he still had his tongue. He was talking. So it's like they can
Yikes.
definitely reattach it. And like, I don't know. It would probably hurt and not be worth it if you didn't like it. But like, I don't know.
Gosh.
I think it's kind of cool.
It's crazy. I guess it's one of those things that like no one would even know that you had until you showed them.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty easy to hide.
It's like a tongue ring. Like nobody really
Unless
sees
you
that.
stick your tongue out at somebody and
Yeah.
wiggle it around. Like, I don't think anyone's going to notice.
Yeah.
They might if they look really close, but like, whatever.
I don't know. I don't
Kinda
know,
funny.
man. To me, it reminds me too much of snakes, and I don't like snakes.
Fair
So
enough.
that's literally the only reason why I wouldn't want it.
Okay.
Is because I just don't want snakes, dude.
Okay.
I don't want
Fair
to
enough.
limit my snake exposure in this life.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Well, you know.
I was just listening to some. I think it was it was today. This guy was talking about how he never wants to go back in the water again because he's like an ex-Navy SEAL, and he's just like, dude, I just had enough. Like I had enough water in my life. He's like, I don't ever need to go back in.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Navy SEAL, they
Yeah.
basically have
Yeah.
to, like, they do some insane shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the water though. I like the ocean too.
I like the
swimming in
water. I don't like the ocean.
Yeah.
No.
You don't like the
it.
open water?
Well, I don't like open water, and I don't like that it's salty.
Oh yeah.
I like lakes
Does it
and
sting you?
swimming pools.
Lakes,
Yes.
fresh water.
I like the water too. I'm a really strong swimmer, but
Yeah,
open
me
water
too.
freaks me the fuck out.
Dude, yeah. It's weird because I'm 90% of the time I'm good in like open water, and then every once in a while I'll like get out there, and then I'm like I'll have like a mini panic attack. I'm like, oh shit, there's other things in here. Like, but it's like I don't think about it most of the time, so it's fine.
Well, I don't care so much about the creatures,
Yeah.
but like people get left.
What?
Like if you go out on like a scuba trip with some cheapy scuba tour company in Thailand or whatever, they take 30 people out at a time.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not doing head counts in like busy summertime. You know, you're out in the middle of the ocean where you cannot see land,
That's terrifying.
and then you come up from your scuba thing or whatever, and the boat's gone.
Yeah.
There's a
no.
movie about that. I think it's called Open Water.
Oh god.
It's like, fuck
I would
that.
lose it.
Hard pass. I've only
Oh.
been out of sight of shore like twice in my life, and
Yeah, I don't know if I have.
no, thank you.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I've ever done that. Like, I don't think I've ever been like not be able to.
Once was
see.
on a cruise ship, and
No.
it's like if it's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
different because
Yeah, I've
like
done
you're with like thousands of people and there's like lifeboats and you just feel like you're almost in a building, not on land.
Yeah.
But one time it was on a fishing boat, which is much smaller than a cruise ship. I was with like probably 20 people,
Yeah.
and it's fucking spooky. It's really weird.
Yeah, dude.
It's almost like being on a plane. Like it's just nothing. There's no one else out there. It's just you and whoever's on your boat.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking spooky. Yeah, we caught this fish. This is like a traumatizing story from my childhood.
Do it. Get into it. I psychoanalyzed an entire movie for an hour one time. It's
I
fun.
remember
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Somebody's listening.
I
to the
watched that episode. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna watch it and then come
Oh,
and
yeah,
tell
yeah,
you why
yeah.
I liked it. But
Dude, yes. I'll fight you to the death.
okay, whatever. Like, give it your best shot. No, I mean, this isn't. We don't need to psychoanalyze it. It doesn't affect me to this day. I don't think.
Okay.
I just already didn't like open water and fishing, and now I really don't like
yeah.
open water and fishing. 'Cause I was with the Boy Scouts, and my dad and like a bunch of other like dads from the Boy Scouts were there. We were out in the middle of nowhere fishing with these. You know, I mean, deep sea fishing is like different, right? Use different equipment, like
Yeah.
big poles that are super long and bendy because the fish are really big and strong, and they'll basically snap normal poles. And the lines are like super thick. It's almost like the size of like yarn, like that big around, but it's the same sort of stretchy material.
Mm-hmm.
Because these fish are fucking huge, and you can't lift them into the boat with the thing if they're too big. You have to get what's called a gaff, which is basically like a hooked spear that they just like grab the
Gnarly.
fish and lift it up.
Yeah.
If it's a low enough boat, you use a net, right? Or a
Right.
small enough fish. But if it's a big, long fish, they
Yeah,
get
you
a
just gotta
spear and
shank
pull it up. Anyway, I was like, I don't know, 9. We're out in the middle of nowhere. I'm staying away from the edge of the boat because like I'm freaked out by open water. I've been fishing a couple of times as a kid, but it's like little stuff, right? Freshwater fish, little tiny thing. And it's like, you know, you catch it, you take the hook out, you throw it back, and it's like, oh, that was kind of fun. Right?
Yeah.
This was not the same experience. So I'm standing on the edge of this boat, and I'm like holding a fishing line, and I'm like, okay, this is about what I expected, right? You hold the fishing line and you be bored for however long it takes. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the fishing line very, very nearly comes out of my hands and goes over the edge. One of the scoutmasters grabbed my hands and the line and jammed the handle of the fishing line, or the fishing rod, which is like much longer on a deep sea one because they fit into these like little slots. It's sort of like something you would stick like a patio umbrella into. Okay. So that when it pulls, it won't pull out of your hands and it kind of wedges itself in. Anyway, jammed it into there, was grabbing my hands from around my shoulders. Yeah. And I'm basically just trapped in this situation now because like I just want to leave, but he's like, we're going to catch this motherfucking fish. And then he's like reeling it and whatever. I'm basically just sitting here like bystander, very close bystander.
Unwilling participant at this point.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I'm looking over the edge too, and I finally see it because you sort of drop it really low, and we see a fish coming up to the surface, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a really big fucking fish. I've never seen anything this big before, and it's not like a record-breaking thing. I'm just a kid who's never fished in the ocean before, and it's a big fish. Anyway, I'm like, how do we get it into the boat? And the scoutmaster goes, gaff, and like as loud as he can, and I'm like, what is that? Did you just make that word up? What's going on? And then quite possibly the closest thing to a pirate I've ever seen in my life appeared in my vision, and this was the captain of the boat or one of his employees, I don't remember, and he had long blonde hair and a big huge beard, and he was wearing a bandana on his head. I kid you not, he was only missing the eye patch. It was the only thing he was missing. And he had a pair of big, huge steel-toed boots.
Oh, yeah.
And a spear. It's basically like a spear with a little hook on the end. Amazing. Anyway, reaches over the edge, spears this fucking fish, flings it up in front of me. It lands in front of me. It's a barracuda. Barracuda are hideous.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically like a 4 or 5 foot long, like, sardine, but it's really big, and it has nasty fucking teeth. It's like a big gross, like, and they're not even good for eating. I hate them. They're terrible. Like, they don't need to be around. But anyway, Barracuda. Yeah, so he flips it onto the deck, and it's flopping around, and I'm just like trying to get away from it, and it's not safe. So as an adult, I understand why the next part happened, because you can't leave it like that flopping around. It's not a small fish that you can just grab it by the head and like pull the hook out and let it go. And there's kids around. It's like flopping and whatever. Anyway, this pirate comes over to where the fish is flopping, and he puts one foot on its tail, so it's only flopping on its head, and then he takes his other steel-toed boot, and he killed the shit out of that fucking fish. He just fully American history X'd that fish, just like bam, like curb stomped it, and then there was blood, and it stopped moving immediately. Basically, this isn't a story about how I was afraid of fish as a kid. It's a story of my first real encounter with death, because he just murked that fish right in front of me, and I was like, never again. I'm done.
You had a weird, like, irrational fear of pirates for a while. Just, like,
I haven't been fishing on the sea since.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, it's gnarly. I don't know, man. I feel like fishing's just not, like, I don't know.
It's boring.
The amount of effort, yeah.
I don't know. I can see the appeal. I see how some people like it.
It's peaceful, I guess. Like hunting would seem more fun to me.
Oh, barf. It's so much harder.
Yeah, but it's
fishing is like hunting, but you can like sit.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, is I would get bored.
Yeah, but you would get bored hunting too.
Sure.
Because hunting depends on what you're hunting, but most of the time you're not like tromping through the forest. You're gonna scare everything away.
True. You're
most of the time,
you
build a blind, and then you just lay there in the cold for like 12 hours and hope something walks by. And then when it does, you hope that you're good enough to kill it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to chase it down.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, like I my dad's been hunting, and I think my brother has, but I'm just not. I don't think I'll ever do it, just because like it's too cold. It's too early in the morning. It's too boring. I don't want to go.
I'm down. I'll go with your dad.
Okay. He hasn't been in decades. He used to go when he was a kid.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. What do you got on your wrist right there? What's that new? You got some?
It's just a bracelet that I bought on Amazon for $6.
Dude, yeah, looking fancy, dude.
Thanks.
I've
never worn jewelry in my whole life, and I'm just sort of trying it out. It doesn't.
Dude, you're gonna have rings pretty soon. You're gonna have like a handful of rings. Maybe one of those guys.
Yep, there's one coming.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah. The thing is, you may not be able to tell on video, but I have gigantic fingers.
Yeah.
Literally, I got fitted for a ring, and my ring finger, so like my third biggest finger, on both hands, is bigger than the standard maximum size.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I think it goes from like, size 4 for men to like size like 13. 13 and a half is like the biggest I've been able to find online for like custom sized rings is like 13 and a half. I'm literally a 15.
Wow.
So dude. I can only get the kinds of rings where they like bend and you can like bend them to be this right size for your body. Yeah. Because otherwise I'll just have to live with it. It'll never come off.
So like you're like the Shaquille O'Neal of hand sizes.
Of fingers.
Just hands.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's really weird.
I don't know. Because you always hear like Shaq's got like...
This is
you ever hear those weird like like with the NBA players and they got like those like 14 and a half size shoes, like huge.
But he's 7 foot or 6'9".
Yeah, just your hands, Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm 6'1".
You're Shaquille O'Neal from the wrist down.
Nope, that is not true. These are just chubby. They're not that big.
Oh, dude.
Shit, I'd probably play basketball or football. I could catch a football really easy if I had big, huge hands.
Basketball, you gotta be tall, dude.
No.
Hella tall.
No, I don't care about basketball. I'd be out of work right now if I played basketball.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, all those guys are. It's so, that's crazy, too, because it was funny, like, Spence. Like, Spence was telling me how, like, his whole season's canceled because he's on baseball.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's playing baseball for the school, right?
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, he's supposed to, like, this season would be the season that, like, scouts come and look at him for, like, schools and stuff.
Yeah, not this year.
And he's just, like, he's kind of freaking out, and I don't blame him because he's like, yo, like, what do I do? Like, because also, like, the seniors this year in college aren't playing.
Nobody is.
Right, so he's like, do the seniors, since this season's basically gone, he's like, do the seniors get another season even though they didn't get to play, or
Probably
do they just not play? And he's like, and if they don't play, then who's going to scout me, like
probably no one.
Exactly. I know, it's like little things like that. It's like, it's so funny because I don't care about sports, but like it's his life.
It's really important to him, and it could affect his life definitely. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I don't really know how that's gonna turn out. Yeah, Mally's worried about graduating, which is dumb. They're gonna let you graduate,
but they're not gonna let you walk. They don't let.
No, nobody's walking this year probably.
Which I would have been happy.
But I think it does depend on your program and like what school you're at too, because like I think some schools are just like they're like next semester's just not gonna happen unless something changes, which is kind of wild.
That's like, how do you not have a semester? I mean, I guess like obviously like I get the whole like work from home thing, like how they go online.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't know, man. I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense with everything going on. I mean, people are losing their job. Why wouldn't you stop going to school? I guess, but
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. Freaking frack.
Yeah. Well, somehow.
What?
We got back to talking about the fucking Rona.
It's the virus. It goes back into your brain.
Yeah. Have you seen the test, by the way?
No. What is it? Is it a real test, or are you just messing with me?
No, it's real.
Okay.
It's not that bad. It's a pretty common test. It's like the same kind of stuff they would test you for a lot of like respiratory infections.
Yeah.
But you got to just Google like a cross section of the coronavirus test because it's fucking horrifying. So like the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Mally taught me this. That's called your pharynx, right?
Okay.
The back of your throat in your mouth is called your oropharynx, right? So where your tonsils are.
Yeah.
It's like your oral back of your throat.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that same part of your body goes up into your nasal cavity. That's called your nasopharynx.
Yeah.
That's the part of your body they have to touch with like a 6-inch Q-tip. They put it all the way up your nose, all the way to the back of your throat.
Amazing.
All the way to the back. Just whoop,
The
whoop, whoop,
back
whoop,
of your
whoop, yep,
throat
like
through your nose?
Yep, all the way up here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They basically take like a 6 or 8 inch Q-tip and they just stick it all the way up your nose.
Dude.
Yeah, it's. I've heard it's not like excessively painful, but it's definitely uncomfortable. It seems like really, really uncomfortable. It's kind of spooky. Yeah.
The back of your throat through your nose.
Yep.
I just feel like you get there. There's a faster route, dude.
Nope.
Just go straight through the throat.
That's definitely the fastest way. Because they have to get up in there, not the back of your throat here.
Oh,
the back
they
of
have
your
to
throat
go
up in there.
Up.
Yeah. So if they were gonna go through your mouth, they'd have to curl up through, and that would
Curve
probably
up.
make people gag.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that would not be easy to get the right swabs.
It's terrible.
So anyway, go get tested if you can.
That's kind of crazy though, because I was thinking about that. It's like, how do you know whether you have it or not? It's not like STDs where you just go up to like some station and they test you.
What?
Right?
What do you? What? I
You
don't
can
know.
get like STD tested or whatever if you're like whatever, but like you could just go somewhere and do that. Is what I'm saying. Like, there's no
See, the
places
thing
that
is,
you
they
go
can
to
do that
for-
pretty much at
around
any. They could swab you at like any doctor. They've got those long Q-tips.
Yeah.
I think what's missing is there's like some kind of kit, right? There's some kind of like
Yeah. Like a
what they
testing
do with the swabs is
Yeah.
what is in short supply.
kit. Yeah.
And that's why they're not actually testing people that much. Because I've heard other countries have a lot more of them. Like I've seen pictures of people going through drive-throughs.
drive-through?
Yeah, literally drive-through testing facilities. Where people they
Whoa.
drive up to like the the window or whatever,
That's
and then the
insane.
doctor comes out with like the fresh gloves and mask or whatever,
Yeah.
and like one of the Q-tips. You basically just tip your head back. They swab you, have you sign a little thing, and then they drive off, and then you call you with the results or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that was in the States, but I can't remember.
I feel like that's kind of cool though. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to do it that way.
Yeah, it's a really good way to get as many people as you can.
And like isolated too, because it's in their own car.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they don't have to like.
You're
sit there
still
and
the
think, like,
doctor obviously is still risking contact, but like
Sure, but
there's
they're
no
gonna risk
waiting
it no
room
matter
full of
what.
people like
Yeah.
sitting around, which is really good.
Yeah. Dude, wow.
Yeah. Also, you get to be comfy in your car listening to
Yeah, you could
Billy
blast some
Joel or
Creedence
whatever while
yeah.
somebody's swabbing the back of your nasopharynx, and
dude.
super great.
Nasopharynx, bro.
Yes.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't want to get my nasopharynx touched. I think I'll just stay inside.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll touch your nasopharynx if you want.
I'll shove something up there if you want, bro. I was like, such a bro. What is it? I'll shove something up there if you want, bro.
I didn't say it like that.
That's how I heard it.
Okay. Well,
I'm speaking my truth, and that's what matters. My truth.
I'm being censored. I'm being censored in real time.
In real, dude. Yeah.
Somebody help me.
This is my. This
I need
is
an adult.
This is my podcast, and this is I also the
My
reality in
podcast,
which
and I'll
people
cry
see.
if I want to.
Exactly. Dude, yeah. No,
Okay,
I like alter the
fine.
reality that people see these all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would do the
That's what
same
editing
thing.
is, dude. Although I don't edit these. I edit a lot of other things, and I don't edit these because it's too much. I'll just edit right here. Just cut to cut to something else. No, the only time I really edit these is when I add like screenshots. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I gotta add Post Malone later. 'Cause
Yeah,
that you
gotta add
have to
Post
see that
Malone.
image or it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But like, oh my gosh, it's so whack. And it's funny because
Whack.
he's not whack though. Like,
what does it even mean?
it's whack. It's just lame. Like he looks lame in that photo, and it's like a photo
He looks
posted.
lame always.
I don't know, man. I think he's like looks kind of hard. Like kinda, like kind of hard. Like,
Okay.
I don't
All
know.
right. I think he looks like what my brother would look like if he kept trying to pierce his own body in middle school and like.
Did your
ended
brother
up
do
just
that?
like tattooing his own face and like shit.
Did
like
your brother
that.
really do that? Did he really tattoo himself? I mean,
No,
pierce himself?
Yeah, he pierced his ear in like 7th grade
I forgot about that.
with like just like a sewing needle.
That's amazing.
It was stupid.
He's super stupid, but it's amazing that he did it. Like,
That's
I
what
didn't know that.
I don't know. I think it maybe just be the way. It might just be the way he talks or like the way he carries himself. But like, Post Malone just strikes me as that.
Like a dopey guy.
Just like a dopey like the people are like,
Yeah.
why'd you get a fucking tattoo on your face? And he's
Oh.
like, I don't know. I just kind of fucking felt like it. Like I don't know.
Oh, man,
It's
just
not like
blew up.
He doesn't strike me as like I got a tattoo on my face because if you ask me that question again, I'll fucking kill you. Like he doesn't seem like a badass to me.
Like,
he just seems
chill.
like just a fucking dopey like. Like he just thinks that shit's cool and like whatever. I'm into that. You know, if you like live your life, but he doesn't strike me as like the typical like angry rapper like
from some sort of gang. Because he's not. He's just a regular dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's just the 21st century, he's just the 21st century Beastie Boy. That's what he's like. That's what he strikes me as.
Kind of.
He's just a goofy white rapper.
Dude, I feel like the Beastie Boys are even harder than he is.
Yeah, but like his style is 21st century, right?
Like
if the Beastie Boys were like coming up now, they would probably look stupid like that.
Oh yeah, they would have that style.
Yeah, it's just
style.
That's the thing. It's like obviously his music's a little different. But I'm not that familiar with it, to be honest. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's not like the Beastie Boys.
He's like kind of a rapper. I don't know.
Because then I would like kind of like
singer.
it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. He was like, I can't fucking listen to new music. I got too much old music to listen to.
Yeah, you don't listen to,
I don't fucking care about Post Malone. Like, if I listen to something regularly that was created in the last, like, 2 decades, you know it's really, really caught my attention. Because otherwise, I don't have time for it. I don't care about fucking
Nobody got time for that.
Post Malone. Give me a break.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway.
He's tall as hell, though. I saw him one time in real life. Well, it's just funny because, like, again, like you said, like his I guess, like, dopey personality or whatever. Like, I always imagined him shorter than that. And then, like I said, like, he's way taller than me or you.
Whatever.
Like, he's, like, probably 6'7".
Yeah.
Something like that.
He looks like he still has baby fat. Like, he looks like a middle schooler.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see him naked, dude. I didn't look at
in his face. Like, he's got in his face. I didn't see him naked either. I'm not, like, what?
I didn't see him naked, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, we should talk about something else now. Jesus.
Right, you said you brought a bag full of tricks. You got anything in your bag full of tricks?
I got chapstick.
Sick.
And,
nice.
And some books and my notebook.
Nice.
Hair product.
Hair products.
A bag full of quarters.
A bag full of quarters? Why?
I don't know.
You doing laundry or what?
I think I got a bag full of quarters for something.
Okay.
I think we were going to the beach or something. Parking meter. And this was like literally 9 months or more ago. I don't remember who I was even going with. They're just in there still.
You never know, man. You beat somebody with a bag full of quarters. That's also an option. It's a weapon.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
what?
Dude.
How often are you
Sock
getting into
nickels,
fights?
Dude. Sock full of nickels. That will. Imagine quarters would work the same.
Jesus Christ.
I know nickels work.
You're full of shit.
I know that's a thing though.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a thing they do in prison.
Like whatever. Where do you get a bag full of nickels? In prison.
You have like quarters. But they do it with a bar of soap. They use soap.
Yeah.
But the nickels thing is also
bag
a
full
thing.
of
I've heard of
nickels.
that.
Also, the tube sock full of bars of soap is from Full Metal Jacket. Like, I'm not sure that actually happens in prison. I mean, I'm sure it has happened, but I'm not sure that regularly you get beat with bars of soap.
Not on the regular, but...
Because you'd have to, like, hoard soap.
Yeah,
they'd probably rather hoard cigarettes or something else that's actually
like
worth money.
Too.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And stuff.
You're a monster.
I know these things. I'm not saying that it's good that I know these things. It just happens to be a thing that's in my brain.
Yeah, you just get a stocking and you fill it with wood screws and AA batteries, and then you can kill somebody with that. So, if anybody wants advice on how to create...
this is the new My Favorite Murder podcast.
Yeah, secondhand or like makeshift murder weapons. Renee's got you because
I'm a supply chain for murderers.
Yeah, well he knows a guy.
I know a guy
who can get wood screws.
The guy's just me. It's just me.
Yeah, it's the manager at Home Depot where you can just buy them for like 5 cents.
On wood screws. What is happening? Yeah. I get a discount on wood screws, guys. Hit me up if you want some wood screws.
Gone off the rails.
Usually when it's this point, that's when it's good. When I start talking about something that I'm actually uncomfortable about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just me. I'm just accelerating that process because I'm into indescribably weird shit.
Yeah, body horror.
What? Yes.
That's what you're into, man.
I guess.
You just admit it.
That's one of the things that I think is cool.
One of the things.
I don't know if I would say I'm into body horror. I don't think anyone's into it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know.
Some weird people that
are. People.
But I'm not into it. I don't know. It's like cathartic. Like you know how some people watch the like Dr. Pimple Popper videos and it's like really gross, you know?
I hate
but
that.
like me too. But
Bella loves that.
Well, people do that. The videos have millions of views. Like everybody says they hate it, but somebody's fucking watching those videos. So like
exactly.
There's something cathartic about like watching something gross, you know? And that's what body horror is to me. Because the stuff you're talking about with body horror, that's not body horror. It's just gore. It's just gore in a horror movie.
Yeah,
body horror is like,
I hate gore.
like, have you seen The Thing? The original The Thing, John Carpenter film from the 70s. It's a remake, I think, but it's like, you know, I'm not really an expert, but it's like a super. It's the movie people talk about when they talk about like practical horror effects. Yeah. Because like this is obviously before CG was basically even used at all. It was like in the 70s, and they used like super creepy like rubber puppets and robots and animatronics and stuff.
I love that stuff, though.
And the movie, well, you wouldn't like this movie because the movie is fucking horrifying. Not in like a modern sense. It's really not like, there's almost no jump scares.
Okay.
But there is a scene in the movie where an alien from outer space who you think is just a husky, just looks like a husky dog, has its head split open in half.
I've seen that.
And then there's like little tendrils, and he eats like 4 other dogs. And then there's a part where he turns into a person, and the person's head comes off of its body and then grows little spider legs and runs along the wall. So it's like that kind of shit. It's just horrible and gross, but like, I don't know, it's kind of fucking like compelling to watch. I think it's kind of like the Dr. Pimple Popper videos, except it's just for people like me that are different.
That are too cool to actually watch. No, like okay, I see that. Yeah.
That movie has to be on the list now, Christina, by the way. If you're listening, we're watching The Thing.
The Thing. Dude, that I've seen that. I've seen the one with the husky with the head thing pops off. I don't know. I'm not typically into that. The thing is, if it's for the story and it like furthers the story on some level, I'm for it. Like I'm into it.
The whole story is about that.
Right. And so that's why like I think I have seen that movie a long time ago. I don't remember it vividly, but I think I have seen, because I remember the husky thing.
I watch it like once a year.
Wow. That's often. I don't watch
like it a
like
lot.
That.
It's really good.
But the thing is, like with that, it furthers the story, so it's important. Like the gore is important, or the weirdness or the creepiness of it is
There's
important.
There's just nothing like it.
So it makes sense. But the thing that I don't like in movies, like when they're like the killer comes and like kills somebody and they just show his head getting bashed in and there's like spaghetti flying everywhere. It's like, you don't need, there's a creative way to say that happened without actually showing it.
Well, I think it just depends on the movie.
Right.
Because sometimes it's shocking in a way that's like distracting from the tone of the movie.
Right.
But if it's set up properly.
Like if they haven't done that at all through the whole movie.
If it's set up properly, I think, there's a place for it.
Yeah.
Also, it just depends. Yeah, it just really depends on the kind of movie. Because like what am I thinking of? There's some like highly gory movies that are really not that scary, or like, like what was I thinking? Kill Bill. So Kill Bill 1 and 2, some of the most like gory movies ever. Right, the movie opens on a pregnant woman getting shot in the face. It's like,
dude, I forgot about that.
Like the whole movie is like just full of gore, and like at parts it's obviously super cartoony, like the part when she's fighting all those samurai people, and like you're cutting arms off and stuff, and there's just blood like filling the room. That's obviously like played in a more goofy and less realistic way, but there are also scenes in that movie where it's like, ooh, God, that looked unpleasant. Holy crap! And like,
that's true.
But it serves the movie really well. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there are other good examples of that. Many of them that I'm just not thinking of right now.
No, that's a good point though. Like those, like that emulates a lot of the old like samurai films and stuff like that, where like they had all like the crazy like squib hit, like, and like the old westerns too. They have like the squib hits and like the blood would hit the wall and stuff like that.
Well, it depends on how old of a western you're talking about. Yeah. Because like
spaghetti
some
westerns.
of the really old ones, like the actual spaghetti westerns, are kind of lame with their effects, but just because they're old shit movies, they're poor. They're like, they were not made for a lot of money, but some of them are really really good like that.
Yeah, I guess I have a weird line with it. I think everybody kind of does, I guess. But, like, I feel like my thing with it is always just, like, if it furthers the story and there's a purpose to it, even if the purpose is to be jarring.
Yeah.
I guess. But, like, I just hate when, like, it doesn't make any sense. And you could tell, like, that the movie was just scrambling for you to feel something. So they just, like, hey, just chop his head off and show it really graphically.
I don't really have that much experience with that feeling because I feel like I don't watch movies that don't know what they're doing.
I watch a lot of shit.
I
watch so much stuff.
I just rewatch the movies I like.
I don't do that. I never watch things twice. Like, I rarely ever do.
I'm the opposite.
You do that a lot. I just
with everything, not just movies.
Yeah, you read Harry Potter like a
million times. Yeah. And every other book that I read before I was 10, I've read a million times.
Yeah. I don't do that. I don't do that often.
I play the same video games. I watch the same movies.
That's something I could never do. The same video games?
Listen to the same music.
I could play the same video games if it was like, because if it was like if it was one of those games where it's like, you know, you could play it co-op with somebody, so it's different because you're playing it with somebody else. Yeah, sometimes. But like, if I'm playing the same thing front to back, I couldn't do it.
Well, it's just my brain. I get the same thing every time I go to Subway.
Yeah.
I just don't like things that are different.
Oh, dude, I couldn't do that, actually. That's crazy, because I'm not like that. I like trying different stuff, like, period, like, especially with food, too.
Yeah.
Food, like, I can't.
Yeah, sometimes, like, I'll it's funny, because, like, I definitely know that it limits me in some ways.
Sure.
Because, like, sometimes I'll just, especially with music, this happens a lot. Because, like, Zach got me into tried to get me into a bunch of weird shit in high school, right? Yeah. And I was still, like, all about heavy metal and punk rock, and I didn't want to listen to anything else. So he tried to get me to listen to some, like, you know, some different shit, and I was like, no thanks. And then I kept listening to Dio or whatever. Yeah. But I still have all that music.
Yeah.
And so just recently I went back and I started listening to some of that stuff that he sent me, like years ago, because we haven't even talked in years. But have you heard of Death Grips?
No.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's like a 3-piece band with a heavy metal drummer and a keyboardist who are both from like an industrial metal background, right? It's sort of like techno and metal put together, and the vocalist is a rapper.
Oh, that's sick.
It's really good.
I like
it's
that.
Super fucking weird, but
Death Grips?
Yes.
I gotta look that up later.
It's really good. They got like 5 or 6 albums on Spotify.
Oh, that's always nice.
Yeah, and it's just like totally, you know, so I definitely notice that occasionally I'll be in the mood to like listen to something different, which is very infrequent, but I usually will be able to find something that I like.
Yeah.
So I am definitely limiting myself by always getting a turkey and Swiss.
I feel like Subway, you're pretty much, I would probably get the same thing at Subway. But yeah.
Every once in a while, you know, you go, hey,
put some provolone,
put a little mustard on there. Yeah. Yeah. Let's spice this up.
Ooh, Dijon.
Let's get that spicy mayonnaise.
Ooh. Baby. Ooh, baby.
That's just so
Dude.
wrong.
Nah, man, I don't know. I don't like that, though. I like getting new stuff. Like, not even so much of it. I guess with food, I like trying new foods, but I like trying, like, new, like, culture types of foods and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. As far as, like, replay value and rewatch value, I don't do that. I don't rewatch movies, man.
Yeah, I watch, like, all the same stuff over again.
Yeah, especially
stand-ups, too.
I have if it's been... Oh, see, stand-up is another thing I couldn't do.
Oh, I watch all of the new Dave Chappelle specials at least, like, twice a year since they came out.
There's some of them that are so good that I feel like they're technically so good that I enjoy watching things again because it's, like... I like to look at it a second time for, like, a technical aspect.
But it's, like, less funny to you?
Absolutely.
Like, you don't laugh as much? Yeah. Like, I watch the Tom Segura stand-up called Mostly Stories. I literally watch it like 4 or 5 times a year, like almost once a month sometimes when I'm really into it, and I laugh every time.
Yeah. I mean, I do laugh. Like, I guess if I watched it with somebody else. Are you the type of person that laughs at stuff, or like, do you laugh when somebody else isn't in the room?
It depends. Sometimes, yeah. It depends on how funny it is.
Isn't that weird? I feel like sometimes I feel like a sociopath when I don't, because I'm like, I think
everybody does it,
but everybody does that.
That's why I try not to text like LOL or like a laughing emoji unless
Yeah.
I'm actually laughing, because it does feel fucking weird, right? You're just like,
yeah.
LOL.
I never thought of that actually.
So
I
funny.
put lol on
Haha.
everything.
And then because you're thinking about it, then you're also thinking about it when other people send it to you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like,
Yeah.
you say something and they're like,
Oh,
oh,
it's
haha, that's
crazy.
funny. And you're like,
Yeah.
but
dude.
is it really funny?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just feels kind of disingenuous and like creepy.
Yeah.
Like I don't like texting in general, just because
Yeah.
it's just like rife with miscommunication. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, texting to someone that you laughed at something they said just feels like the least genuine way ever to laugh at a joke
Yeah.
is to text LOL to someone. when you didn't even like chuckle, like you just were looking at it and you're like,
Oh,
that's
man.
funny. You know, it's like,
so true.
uh,
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Yeah. The texting thing for sure. I don't like so I don't like rewatching stuff, and then I don't really laugh at stuff, I guess, but everyone does that. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. Like, so, but you do that with like lots of stuff. Like you
everything
reread
in my
stuff
life, everything in my
whatever.
life that I consume, I do that with.
multiple times. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So what gets you onto like something new then? If you like, because you
Random
typically
chance,
you just get bored,
or
of
someone will
the same
send it to
stuff?
me, and like
Okay.
by random chance, I won't ignore it and keep doing what I'm already doing.
Fair.
So
There's
yeah,
nothing that like goes like, oh yeah, I should like. Do you ever just like? Is it because you're bored or like? Do you what's up?
when I see something new,
Yeah.
well, like sometimes I'll just like that's what I mean by random chance. I'll just stumble across something, because
Yeah.
like a lot of the stuff now is really good about suggesting stuff. You know, like Spotify.
That's
Spotify's
true.
a fucking homie. Like
Oh yeah.
Spotify sends me good shit all the time,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, like I feel like for obviously it's an algorithm, and it's just
it's like half and half.
it's like based on based on what you've been listening to and stuff.
Yeah.
But I swear there's like a little man at
There is, though.
Spotify, and he's like just assigned to me because I listen to
I don't know
so
if just
many
you, but yeah.
different genres
Yeah.
and different things, and like
Yeah.
super weird shit that has like 1,000 views and
Yeah.
like all this stuff that nobody has ever heard
Yeah.
of. And he's like, oh my God, this is perfect for him. And he's like pulling it off of a
Yeah.
little shelf, and he's like dusting it off and then sends it to me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, thanks, little Spotify man. That's fucking amazing. Because like his
Little man.
suggestions are bitchin', like so good all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But some of their stuff is like some of it's straight algorithms, but some of it is like even though like they're not just curated by like algorithms, they're also like people, which is kind of
How do you know that?
Because I just know, because I put music out, and so like I reach out to playlist creators and things like that, even ones on Spotify, like Discover Weekly and stuff like that. Like those, a lot of those are algorithmic based off of like you. So you have your weekly playlist, like the 5 weekly playlists that pop up or whatever. Those are
Uh-huh.
mostly algorithmic, but they have other ones that are like partly curated by like people and partly curated by algorithms. It's like half and half.
Weird.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's like
Because I was joking about the little Spotify man.
yeah. I don't think it's like straight up for you, but they do have
yeah.
somebody who like sits around and goes like,
They probably
if you like this
manually
band, you would
associate
also like
stuff.
this band.
Yeah,
Manually associate certain bands
Yeah.
because like a computer is only going to know so much when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like they'll just know who listens to what also. Who
Well,
else listens
you're
to that,
probably
but genre's a little
like
hard for them.
flagging it so that the computers can
Yeah.
organize it how they would normally do
Yeah.
it, right? You're saying
And-
this is like this, and this is like this, and this is like
And
this.
because of a lot of that stuff, like they've actually created like super crazy. Like you probably know about this. I'm way bad with genres, but somebody told me the other day it was some crazy number. I think it was like over 200 and something, like subgenres of like each genre or something like that. Like and
You can like whatever. You
Yeah.
can categorize anything that detailed if you want.
yeah, and like because
Humans
of
are
that,
just like really good at that.
yeah, and now a lot of those
Categorizing shit.
podcasts, not podcast, a lot of those like playlists and stuff like that, and like music stuff, they're categorizing it way more than they used to, and it's mostly because they're trying to cater to audiences so much more.
Well, and just make the
Niche
computers
audiences.
better at
Exactly.
sharing that automatically.
The only way to do that is to create more
Yeah.
genres for the computer to recognize. And so
Yeah.
like it's weird though, but it kind of created this boom of all these little sub niche, like what do you, and so you can call yourself like different things, and it helps you get recognized in different ways by,
Interesting.
I don't know.
What are you? What
I don't know, dude.
subgenre are you?
I typically just put indie pop for my music.
Indie pop?
Yeah, it's the best I can think of.
That's cool. We got to come up with something unique to you.
Dude, but it's yeah, I know.
What is your genre? What is RENE?
Bitch boy.
What? Why?
Bitch boy pop.
Tell me what your thought process was there, or did you just say something funny?
I don't know, cause like I'm kind of like a wuss, you know.
Because you don't like body horror?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it cringe pop. Because when you see stuff that makes you uncomfortable, you go, like you just ate a lemon.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
the music
cringe
itself
pop.
is just totally cringy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
cringe pop.
I love it.
I like it.
I love it. Cringe pop.
It's sort of like self-derogatory,
Yeah.
but it's funny.
It's bitch boy cringe pop.
Oh my god. This is possibly the worst genre ever created.
Bitch boy cringe pop. Look me up on Spotify.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
This ain't good.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Like subgenre.
It'd be better if you watched body horror.
Be
Because
better
then we
if I
wouldn't
did.
have to call it
Be
cringe
cooler if you did.
Yeah, be a lot cooler if you did. Thanks, McConaughey.
Dude, have you seen his new like social media stuff?
What? Matthew
So-
McConaughey's
yeah, so-
social media? Why would I ever have seen that in my whole life?
Because he just got on, and so he's been doing this weird stuff lately where like he's trying to be like an inspirational like whatever.
Okay.
And he's got these weird like there's one video of him like just like laying in his bed eating potato chips. And like he's
Inspirational.
Yeah.
My heart is a flutter.
exactly though, and it's like him giving this weird like talk. He's like, yeah, if you were gonna do something, you should go and do it. And he's like eating
What
potato.
the fuck?
It's weird. He's got some weird
Okay,
videos.
so like,
Oh,
I don't
itchy.
fucking care about like I don't care about celebrities
Yeah.
and their fucking Facebook and
Yeah.
whatever. I actually want to watch that
Yeah. No, I
because
know.
you described that in a way that sounds so bizarre
It
that I
is.
am curious.
Some of it is so funny because like
He's laying in his bed eating potato chips
Yeah.
and doing the like Matthew McConaughey equivalent of the Shia LaBeouf.
yeah.
Do it. Just like telling you
Yeah.
to like move on with your life.
Yeah, basically.
What the fuck?
It's weird. He's trying to be like a motivational speaker, and it's so weird because there's some of them where it's like, dude. At one point, there was another one where he's like dressed in a full suit, Matthew McConaughey style, and he's like looking out a window, and he's just like, somebody else is filming this because you could tell by the way it's filmed. Like, so he has like people who are making content for him, right? Obviously, he's a celebrity, but like,
Okay.
and so they like do this weird like pan shot, and like they pan to him looking out the window. He's like, I don't even know what it was about, but it was like, if 2019 was the year of be a lot cooler if you did,
What?
then 2020 could be the year of a lot cooler if you didn't.
What the fuck?
And then it just cuts.
So it's very clear that he's writing these.
Yeah, like he's self-aware. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Because that's the thing is like I think Matthew McConaughey could actually be like an incredibly
Yeah.
good motivational speaker.
Oh yeah.
If an intelligent person was writing the speech.
You know what's, have you heard it was actually the one that was actually super inspirational was like he's done like college speeches and stuff like that, and they're moving
like
as
commencement speeches or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're beautiful.
Because they're not written by him.
hell. Maybe.
Or maybe they
that's
are
what it
written
is.
by him and these are just purposefully stupid, in which case I'm into it. Because ironically stupid is like one of my favorite genres.
Maybe that's the meta.
It's one
dude.
of the subgenres of film and I love it.
Dude, maybe that's the meta.
One of my favorite movies ever that you
Yeah.
hate
What?
is called Starship Troopers. And that movie is ironically stupid. I
Yeah.
fucking love Starship Troopers. You have to watch it again because
I might like it now.
Because we were too young and it was a weird time. We were like, it was late and like it was just kind of on and we weren't really paying attention to it. I think I was like totally asleep too. But like basically, it's based on a book that's sort of similar, but it's mostly different. The film is mostly different,
Yeah.
and it's based on like a future version of Earth where Earth is like controlled by it's like the Earth Defense Force or something.
Yeah.
It's basically a satire of World War II like Nazi propaganda. You have to watch the movie again because there's like scenes where all the people are doing these like it's just so funny because on the surface, it's a movie for dumb people.
Yeah.
It's a movie where dumb action man shoots the alien bug and gets the girl in the end. But really, it's not. Really, it's a movie about how, like, vapid, soulless Nazi man loses his soul and becomes, like, a part of the machine, right? Like, submits to the government. And, like, it's genius.
That feels like two very different movies that you just, like, if you describe those both separately, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, well, because it's hidden under, like, a layer of schmaltz, right?
Yeah.
Which is, like, it's satire. It's ironic. Like, the whole thing's kind of, there's literally scenes in the movie where it's, like, propaganda trying to get the characters of the movie to join the army or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's literally, like, purposefully reminiscent of, like World War II propaganda.
Wow.
Like, I'm doing my part, you know? And it's like,
you?
yeah, and it's really creepy
Dude.
in, like, a super funny way. And I love that movie. It's really stupid. And so my favorite genre of, or one of my favorite genre of films is ironically stupid. Because it's just funny. I don't know. Like, if Matthew McConaughey was purposefully dredging up stupid lines from his first film appearance to, like, make, like, dumb, like, art film shorts that are supposed to, like, if he's doing it on purpose because he knows it's stupid and it's a waste of everyone's time who's watching it, I love that. That's hilarious. You keep tearing down the system one stupid Facebook video at a time, Matthew. But
shout out official McConaughey.
Yeah, but if it's not, like, if he actually thinks he's offering good advice by saying if 2019 was the year of,
I don't know, man.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did, then 2020 is the year of it'd be a lot cooler if you didn't, then go fuck yourself, Matthew McConaughey. This is not interesting.
I genuinely cannot tell at this point, to be honest with you. It's not, like, only time will tell. I'll keep monitoring the page and I will let you know. But, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's just, like, he's on a good one, though. It's so funny because, like, his intro, like, the other one, okay, then we'll probably could wrap it up. We've done this for probably more than an hour at this point, unless there's anything specific you want to talk about. But he was this intro one, dude, was like, it was like, I really want, it's like, it fades in. Like, it's like, I'm telling you, production
produced.
quality
No,
is,
I get
like,
it, yeah.
And he goes, it fades in, and he goes, like, I'm paraphrasing, but what did he say? God, it was so good. I wish I should pull it up. But dude, he goes, like, I really want to do this right. I just want people to know me, you know? But I don't want them to know me. Like, I want them to know all these things, and I want to share things with you.
Oh, my God.
But I don't want to share too much of myself and lose myself.
Oh, my God.
And, like, he goes into this whole thing, and
what
then
does
he's
that
like,
even mean?
but this is me. This is me sharing my world. This is a window into who I am.
Okay.
And then he had, like, a trailer for his social media.
This makes it sound like it's not ironically stupid.
No, I don't think it is.
It's just actually
I think it's
stupid.
actually stupid.
And
but it's so good.
The rage is boiling up inside of me.
It's so good, dude. Oh my God. It was so good because he posts this, like, it's very well coordinated and very highly produced. And so, like,
no.
The fade in, and then that was his intro one on all of the platforms. So he, like, posted that on, like, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and, like, that was his first post on all of them. And then now they all are, like, in sync as it goes down. And it's just, it's great. He's gonna motivate the world, dude.
My depression is acting up again.
You're gonna follow Matthew McConaughey into the fuels of the flame. I don't even know.
I'm so sick. Oh God.
You just caught coronavirus from Matthew McConaughey.
I just got the Rona.
You just got the Rona.
Digitally from Matthew McConaughey.
Digital Rona.
My coronavirus has cancer, Mr. McConaughey.
Corona.
Barf.
Dude, I know.
Have we really been doing this for an hour?
I think it has been.
This is fucking easy.
I know. I know.
I mean, I really don't think I could do this alone. Like,
yeah, it's way different alone.
Don't think I could talk to myself for an hour.
Yeah.
I don't have enough cool things to say.
You definitely do. You just don't realize it. Honestly, the crazy part is that when I do it alone, it's just like a lot of caffeine and then just sitting and then just spiraling out of control.
Just letting it buzz out of you.
Yeah, just literally just spiral out of control, and then just eventually catch yourself, and then that's it. And then you hit end, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean it has to be an hour at this point. I don't know. We're gonna call it an hour. We're gonna call it an hour either way. I don't care, dude. Because it's my podcast and I don't really care.
Can I come back to the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah,
in the
for
future?
Sure. Dude, yeah, anytime you want.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
This is banging. I gotta bring like something juicy that we can talk about.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Dude, I write notes every
or like
week,
a fun
usually.
activity. Do you think people would want to watch us just like play a board game? Probably not. Huh?
Maybe not on this podcast, but I'm making other content.
You guys suck.
Yeah, you guys suck. That's a great way to get. That's a great way to have a loyal fan base. You guys suck.
Yeah,
you
suck.
You guys suck.
Yeah, I think you
suck,
should. If I'm gonna be coming back
we'll
repeatedly,
do stuff.
we definitely want to change it from once more with feeling to you guys suck.
Do you you guys suck once more.
You guys suck. Anyway, do your outro spiel. I'm tired. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Is there anything else you want? No, you're good?
No, I'm done.
All right, dude. That's pretty much it.
Ta-ta for
We're
now,
done.
people.
Peace.
Once more. With Reene.
Try that again.